So I'm actually showing you guys Legends room. It was actually the biggest room that we got when we first got admitted. It was actually a good view and everything. As you guys can see, I was actually controlling the shades from the tablet, and the TV was controlled from the tablet. So it was actually really good. Legend had a lot of rooms, so the room was like, it was nice. It was really nice.
So overnight events for him, he had his metaphor infiltrated, as we mentioned. It's on his left, like shoulder area, chest shoulder. Otherwise, vital signs were fine overnight. And then Lung had noticed this like increasing bump on the right side of his, like his right temple area. That she just wanted us to keep an eye on as well. You want like full vital sign ranges and everything?
Sure.
So vital signs overnight. He was febrile, heart rate 94 to 121, respiratory rate 24, blood pressure is 97 to 113, over 48 to 60, 61. Ins and outs, he had 103 in, his urine output was 6.5 milliliters per hour out. And then he had labs that were scheduled for this morning, but because of the acid were not done this morning.
What do we have? What are they? CBC account?
So, and then when I came in to see him this morning, he looked like he was having a great old time running around the room. I didn't really want to be examined, but I got a good look at him. He does have this small firm bump on the top of the front top of his head. Doesn't seem tender to touch at all. And he has a little bit of swelling on his right temple area. And he has a little bit of like what looks like a developing black eye on the left eye, actually.
Can you come in with a little bit of that photo?
No, he had one on his. He had swelling on his right eye, and a black and blue on his right eye. It went away, the bruise, but the swelling was still there. He had swelling on the face around. Bruise is now going onto his left eye, right here.
Okay. And I think the eye doctors were going to come by, is what I was told. So ophthalmology was going to swing by today to take a look and make sure there's not anything irritating him in the eye.
Okay, cool.
But this may be related to the neuroblastoma.
Okay.
And then the only other thing on exam that was notable was the swelling underneath, a little bit of swelling underneath where the metaphor was, and some bruising in that area, as well as a little bit of firmness under right under where the metaphor was.
Can you rip it out or just remove it?
What I heard was beeping a lot yesterday, and they kind of had to like push it in a little bit.
And that was access from when it was placed?
I think so.
That was the access from
That was
Tuesday?
original access, yeah.
Okay.
Because this is a different needle.
Yeah, okay.
So that's it for him. So summary, he's a 14-month-old transferred here after head injury found to have neuroblastoma. Status post cycle 1 of treatment and bone marrow aspiration.
So you could say he's in cycle 1?
Oh, in
And
cycle
it's
1.
yeah, so the way chemotherapy cycles work, and this is for you as well, is that they encompass
chemotherapy to count nadir back to recovery.
Okay.
So one cycle encompasses all of that.
Okay.
So the chemo is usually the first couple of days of the cycle. Sometimes there's some weekly doses beyond that, but his is just the first couple of days.
Okay.
We'll expect his blood counts to go down. So his white count, which helps him fight infection, will drop, so he'll be prone to infection. So we're gonna monitor him very closely for fevers and things like that. The platelets will go down, which help his blood clot. So we monitor for any nosebleeds or, excess bruising or things like that, but usually kids do fine. And the other is the hemoglobin, which are our red cells, which carry oxygen to the rest of the body. And if those go too low, he may require a red cell transfusion. Okay, he also may require a platelet transfusion depending on how much they drop. I don't expect that with this cycle, but and he's not on Neupogen, right? There's no Neupogen with this cycle. So anyways, that's what we call a full cycle. So we would just say he's on day blank of cycle
Day 4.
1. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So for neuroblastoma, like I said, like we just talked about before, so he is not currently getting any medications for that. He's just getting Tylenol PRN. And I don't believe there's any updates to the plan for that for today.
No, is he getting Zofran still, or it's been
It is,
standard?
and now it says held by provider. I don't know if that's because they put it in oral dose. I'm still confused. 'Cause,
All right, if he's, has he had any nausea or vomiting throughout the chemo?
No.
And he got, carboplatin?
Yeah.
Right, carboplatin? So the carboplatin can cause some delayed nausea. He didn't get high dose, but we can maybe we could keep the Zofran around the clock for maybe, 72 hours post the end of chemotherapy. And then after that, it can switch to PRN. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So we'll give him, the carboplatin, usually chemotherapy causes nausea when we give it. The platinum agents, so carboplatin and other drugs that have that name, the plat, can cause nausea a couple days after. So the Zofran is the anti-nausea medicine. So we'll keep it on a couple of extra days to prevent nausea. And then once those couple of days are over, then we can space it just to as needed. Meaning if it seems like he has any nausea, we can give him a dose. But usually beyond that, they shouldn't have. The best way to manage chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting is preemptively. It's much harder to catch up once it's been developed, but preventing it is much easier than treating it. So generally, we like to just be aggressive with our preventative measures and then manage appropriately if they do develop it to escalate as needed. Usually the little guys do well. The older kids tend to have more nausea and vomiting. So the little ones, everybody's different. He'll tell us how he is.
Yeah, I think he's doing good so far.
Good. I think we agree.
And then I think there was this.
No, and the one that's here is the
Yeah, we should make sure we get a copy of his roadmap. Okay.
So just keep going with the neuroblastoma stuff. So we were planning to do an MIBG scan.
It's gonna be Wednesday through Friday.
Wednesday through
With anesthesia and observation.
Yep. So start Wednesday would be the first scan, and then we start the SSKI drops on Tuesday evening.
Okay.
So that's just to protect the thyroid from the MIBG.
Okay.
So it's a nuclear dye that's injected. So they do SSKI to protect the thyroid. And the injection usually happens the day before the scan. There's a scan on Wednesday. If they feel they got inadequate images from day 1, we'd be done. If they feel they need a couple more images, there may be a second scan on Thursday.
Okay.
Sometimes they can't see behind the bladder because it was too full or things like that. So they just need to make sure we got optimal scans. And there's a more than 90% chance that neuroblastoma is MIBG added. So this is a tool that we use to track the disease going forward. So this is a special dye that they inject that is taken up by the neuroblastoma cells. And if it's nice and bright, then we're able to monitor that going forward because we want to see the brightness go away.
So, what is it called? MI what?
MIBG.
And that's an injection?
It's an injection they'll do on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then they'll do the scan to detect the MIBG on Wednesday.
Okay.
Eventually.
Are you taking everything off, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Woo! Yay! You're so good. It's time to say goodbye.
going home? Are you going home? I said, are you going home? I said, are you going? I said, are you going home? What? You got some stuff in your hair. No, don't lay on the floor.
The next day,